Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Warden Custom Guitar Workshop. Purpose for this video today is an exciting one, and that is I am introducing to you guys a new model. A new model which will hopefully kick off a new series of guitars. A new series of guitars that I've wanted to make a little bit more accessible financially. Guitars that are a little bit stripped back as opposed to the Warden Custom Guitar Standard Series, while still maintaining excellent playability, tone, and aesthetics and stuff as well. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'll just run you through some of the specifications and everything like that, and we'll do a little bit of a sound test later. You can hear how it sounds. But for now, introducing WCG Hopper. Well, Hopper Stratocaster, I guess. It's probably the closest thing you could call it as a Strat. As it is, as you can see, it's very, very much based off a Strat. But, you know, whilst still maintaining the classic Warden Custom Guitar vibe, I've decided to expand on some of the classic designs and stuff throughout guitar history, or putting a bit more of a modern flair on it. And kind of, I don't know, just making it a little bit more contemporary. So yeah, I'll just run you through some of the specs and everything like that, and we'll do a sound test. But for starters, we'll work with timbre combinations, as is pretty standard with a WCG in the Standard Series. This here guitar features a US wide ash body, and as you can see, I've decided to do some awesome grain filling with a really nice black grain filler, just to add some dynamic flair and everything like that to the body. Features a two-piece Queensland maple neck, which is pretty usual. And this here features a River She-Oak fretboard. Again, sourced ethically, locally and sustainably. River She-Oak has some similar tonal characteristics to rock maple, Canadian maple, or standard maple that you would find on a Fender Strat or any Fender model really. When it comes to hardware, still using tried and true Gotoh hardware. So we've got a Gotoh hardtail bridge here. I decided to opt for a hardtail bridge mostly because it's just a little bit cheaper and I can pass those savings on to you guys. Also sporting some Gotoh tuners as well. In terms of electronics and things like that, also tried and true lace sensor single coil pickups, which provide that classic Strat tone whilst adding a little bit more of a contemporary sort of sound. So it has a little bit more top end, a little bit more sparkle, whilst having a little bit more beef and everything like that as well, which doesn't hurt. Otherwise, when it comes to electronics and everything, it's all standard stuff that you would find on a Strat. I guess the only difference here is that I've opted to move them into a little bit more of a convenient location for a player. So I'm sure some of you are familiar. The controls and the switch can get a little bit in the way while you're performing. So I've decided to move them down here just so that it's a little bit more convenient while still being close enough if you need to adjust and things like that on the fly. Also worth mentioning that I'm introducing as well my brand new 6-in-line headstock. I've always loved a reverse headstock. I think this one is pretty cool, and I think it suits the vibe really, really well. Yeah, so without further ado, we'll move over next door. We'll do a bit of a sound test. You can see how she sounds. Alrighty, so here we are. Welcome to the sound test. Just going to do a pretty simple run through. As I said, this is all pretty standard Strat setup and everything like that. The tones and stuff like that are pretty similar as well. I'm sure most of you are pretty familiar with how a Strat works, but I'm going to take you through just a couple of the tones and everything like that as well, just so you can give it a bit of illusion. So at the moment, I'm just running through this Laney GH100L through that 4x12 cab down there. For now, I haven't got any effects or anything like that on. I just wanted to let you guys hear what it sounds like without any effects, and then I'll throw some other common effects and stuff like that on to give you a bit more of an idea of what it might sound like at your joint. Yeah, so without further ado, Here's the bridge pickup. I'm just going to take you through all the positions moving up. For all of you out there who like to play a little bit of funk, middle position. Second from everybody's favorite position. Stevie Ray Vaughan's favourite position. I believe Polyphia like to use that setting and stuff like that a lot, so if there's any Polyphia fans out there. Otherwise, everybody's favourite strap position, the neck one. Get those really lovely spanky and throaty tones from that neck position. Jimmy's one, thank you Jimmy. But yeah, let's put on some effects and stuff like that and see it's more like general applications and stuff. I'm just going to throw on a bit of a boost to start with. Turned up a little bit high. Middle position. Bridge position. Throw in a little bit of grit. Sounds very nice. Back to the neck position. And let's just put on some fuzz and stuff like that, have a little bit of fun.